Yo, 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 yo. What's up, everybody? How's everyone doing today? Good evening, good morning, good night, good afternoon, whatever part of the world you are in. Cool. Hope everyone's doing good, man. Yeah, happy to be home. Obviously, pretty crazy last little bit for me here. Um, yeah, appreciate all the well wishes, guys. What's up to everyone tuning in? Don't worry, we'll be fumbling some bags today as we always do. What up from Sasky? So yeah, I had a travel day from hell as usual. I think if there was an index where you could trade my travel schedule, not only with the volatility in the market when I'm traveling, we just had a huge dump while I was heading out of town. And that seems to always be the case, some sort of big volatile move while I'm out of town. But also just my inability to ever make it home, like unscathed. I was on the San Juan Islands, out boating, doing a little bit of yachting, as you do. Beautiful boating out there. It's really rich fucking people with some insane boats. It was a really good time. But it's remote. It's hard to get out there. You can only get out there by seaplane or by ferry. And naturally, I leave at like 2 o'clock for the 6:30 ferry. Somehow I don't get on. They say it's full because there's like some carnival that they're fucking unloading all these semis onto it. So I end up sitting in the fucking car till 11 o'clock at night. 2:30 to 11 o'clock sitting in the car only to get on the ferry and tell us that they can only go half speed and they have to make an extra stop. So what should be a 45-minute ferry ride becomes 2+ hours. And then another 3-hour drive home from that. I left at 2:30. I didn't get back home until almost 4 in the morning. So if I'm a little bit zonked, that is why. It was still a very fun trip, but I just feel like since the pandemic, like the infrastructure for travel in Canada and the US has gone to shit. The flights, there's not as many flights. They're constantly late and delayed and canceled. The airports are understaffed. And I just feel like everything has gone to shit. I don't know if it's just me, but I literally feel like since the pandemic in North America, everything has gone to shit. Maybe it's another reason to move to fucking Dubai, because at least shit works there and it's nice and it's new. Everything here is old and falling apart and shitty. It sucks because I love my country. I love where I live. But it's a shit show. And not to mention, on top of all of that, crazy fires in my hometown. I'm from the Okanagan. And these are the biggest fires. Actually, today is the 20th anniversary of the crazy fires in 2003 that almost burnt my house down when I lived there, my childhood home. And insane fires going on there. Tons of homes lost. It's absolutely awful to see. The city is going to be in disrepair for a very long time. And thank God, I don't know how, but my brother's house survived. Like I got an aerial image from some firefighters I know, and you could literally see my brother's house, and then there's like 5 houses around his, all burnt down, and then his just survived. Like his entire neighborhood, except a few houses, including his, got wiped. So what a blessing that is, because that would have been just awful. He probably won't be able to go home for like a month. And there's going to be a lot of smoke damage, but smoke damage is a whole lot better than your house burning down. So super thankful for that. Unfortunately, one of my other brothers was supposed to get married this weekend in the Okanagan and obviously had to cancel because they've put a travel ban for non-essential travel. They don't want anyone coming up there because the hotels are full of people who are, been evacuated. So Yeah, scary times, but thank goodness his house is okay. I'm very happy about that. It's huge relief. So appreciate all the well wishes, guys. It really means a lot during that kind of stuff, and I attribute the safety of his house to the good vibes coming from crypto Twitter. But yeah, let's get into the shitcoining here. So as you guys know, shitcoin summer. We're going on 3 months strong with these streams. We have fumbled Unibot. We have fumbled Rollbit. We have fumbled most recently Caspa. I posted editor posted a little edit. The first episode of Shitcoin Summer, we charted Caspa at the Pico fucking low. Literally, this is the first episode of Shitcoin Summer back here. I said if it sweeps this low into here, probably a good long. And that's another bag fumbled by your boy. You're welcome. So I hope at least some of you are making money on these charts that I'm putting out there. But because I'm not. I'm really good at doing the charting, not so good at apparently following my own advice. I seem to be much better at trading Bitcoin and Ethereum and things than I am at trading these shit coins, but I should be better. No, Casta is Moon Carl's scam. Caspa, I have no idea what it does, to be honest with you. Yeah. So as you guys know, these bag fumbling streams are in partnership with SmartX. So if you want to support me, the best way to do that is to support my partners. So support SmartX by using the platform. There's no ref link here or anything like that. This is a DEX. So this works like Uniswap. The main difference here is they have some innovative tech that effectively solves the impermanent loss predicament and turns it into impermanent gain, which is pretty cool. You have a ton of functionality on here in terms of actually being able to simulate, how you would have done if you would have used SmartX versus some other DEXs like Uniswap. They've been audited by Trails of Bits and Paladin, so they're secure. More volume locked every single week, constantly iterating. It's the bear market. They've been building. They're multi-chain now. The token is deflationary, so every transaction, they're burning the token as well. And some of the best APRs in the game right now across 4 different chains here. So you can see the APRs on the Ethereum chain here. You can see the APRs on Polygon, on Arbitrum as well. So if you're looking to get your DeFi farming on, doing some staking, doing some farming, or just in general, swapping and trying to trade some of these shit coins that I'm constantly charting, I highly suggest you guys check out SmartX. They've been a huge help to me supporting these streams. And if you want to see more stuff like this keep coming, best way to do that is to support my partners. I've got something cool. I know you guys saw Trader SZ did the meme contest where they gave away, I think it was like 20 Ethereum. I'm working on a little bit more of a fun giveaway. I'll let you guys know about that soon when the time is right. But I think it's going to be pretty cool. All right. So let's get into the shitcoining. We're going to start with Bitcoin, Ethereum, the stock market, and the dollar as usual, and then we will get into your guys' suggestions. I'm in the Friend.Tech game. I'm in the Friend.Tech game. Okay, my shares, not gonna lie, massively undervalued. Massively undervalued. I don't know what some of these guys are offering you guys to have their share prices trading at like 1 to 2 Ethereum plus. Maybe you can let me know. Are they just giving away money? Are they posting alpha in their chats? I don't know because I don't really own anyone else's shares. But if there's value I can provide to you guys in there that you're interested in, let me know. I'm more than happy to do it. But my shares should be trading at 1 Ethereum at least. Some of the people in the top 10, I'm like, there's no way that person is providing more value than your boy Trader Main. There's just no way. So pump my Friend.Tech shares. and I'll find some ways to get more creative with what I'm offering. I don't really know what you guys want. I'm at 0.4 Ethereum right now. Let's see who's the top. Racer, I think he's the dev. Kobe is at 2.3. Hasaka's at 2. Ansem at 1.7. Sisyphus at 1.7. Like, what are these guys offering you? How is Suzu, who was one of the architects of the massive fucking collapse that we had, where everyone fucking lost their money, how is he worth so much? What the fuck is he doing? 1.5. What the fuck? Who are half of these people? It looks like some of the OnlyFans thoughts are starting to enter the space. Ben.F, a fucking scammer. 0.67. Ben.F. You guys literally sent him $20 million for nothing. Higher than your boy. So if there's something that you guys want to see in there, I'm more than happy to provide it. But I don't know what the fuck some of these guys are doing to have their shares be worth so much. Let me know. I don't care about the money. Like if it's just giving out the money, I'll fucking give it out. I don't care. Link Marine says Chainlink looks good. What's new, bro? I charted the fucking bottom for you, bro. And I bought spot when the idea played out. So I'm more of a Link Marine than you, dog. Come on now. I'm out here posting Link Marine bullish propaganda on the timeline. All right. So let's start with Bitcoin. So I closed my short out fully. Nice trade. It wasn't a huge risk reward because I had a very loose stop. So it was about 3R total. Probably could have had a tighter stop at the breaker, but I was thinking I would get some sort of better entry to then reduce my risk and reduce my stop down, and add risk, like add more size, but it didn't come. I'll give you guys a quick kind of overview of what the trade was. But if you've been watching these streams as well as my markets with main streams, I charted this short out on stream. I posted about it on Twitter, on Discord, everywhere for free. I also posted about it in detail in the Haven, obviously. But it was all there, but it took a very long time to play out. So it was very simple. Once we had the failure here at the high, right? We had the failure here at the high, right? SFP, another SFP. We failed to run above this high and we were showing weakness, right? RSI, bearish divergence here. I'm sure a bunch of your other indicators were doing a bunch of bullshit here as well. Doesn't really matter. Bottom line is we were struggling. We were struggling at the high there. So very simply, it was a weekly SFP, zoomed into the 12-hour chart, and we had the 12-hour bearish breaker right here. The down candle before the up move that took out that liquidity, that created the SFP. So that weekly SFP was generated by this 12-hour breaker. Okay? So my initial entry was as soon as we broke market structure, which was right here on this candle, I shorted the next retest into the breaker, and I put my plan was I saw all of these highs generated here. I thought maybe we would get a run above these highs, and I would add to my short, and I would trail my stop down to wherever that run was. So maybe this went up here. You add to the short here. You bring your stop down to here. But it just never happened. We left all of these highs untouched. We did come up and spike one more time here. But I didn't. And once we had this, I brought my stop down to the breaker. And then once we start breaking down, I brought my stop down to break even. But I didn't have an opportunity to compound the trade, unfortunately, and improve the risk reward. But 3R was plenty. So I was sat in that trade for a month. As you guys know, I took several trades in here. I had two longs that worked out. And then I had, I think, a long here that got stopped, and maybe one other, I think an altcoin trade that got stopped. But I've been riding this swing short. I've been saying I'm holding the short, and this entire trade was based on three things. The SFP, 12-hour breaker, and then this is June's range. Remember we talked about this, and we did an entire breakdown on this in a stream. We have June's high here, traded above, failed. Where are my targets? The mid-range and the low. Did I expect it to happen this quick in one fucking candle? Of course not. But it did, which was great. So as soon as we spiked down here, I closed half the position. And once we started consolidating here, we put in this big SFP of the low now. I decided to close the rest of the trade. So I'm flat right now on Bitcoin. Now, what is my plan, right? Looking at the monthly, I posted this all on Twitter earlier. We have our monthly order block here. Okay, and we're in the process of putting in a monthly SFP. So you have a low, lower low, higher low. We've spiked below June's low, and we're closing above. And this will confirm in 9 days or whenever August ends, 9 or 10 days. So a monthly SFP into monthly demand. We have a weekly SFP that is confirmed, and we've closed back with inside June's range into this weekly breaker. On the 12-hour, again, big SFP. Now we're consolidating a little. So I'm waiting for a little more price action, but my gut tells me that based on us taking the high and now taking the low and this huge sell-off here, I wouldn't be surprised if we get some sort of mean reversion back towards the mid-range. I don't know if we'll go all the way to the 50, but this is a 12-hour fair value gap. I think at the very least, we will fill in 50% of this. Okay, so if you take your range from here to here, 50% puts us at 27,561. So I think we can backfill all the way up to 28K, but at the very least, I would like to see, if this is going to roll over further, I would like to see at least half of this fair value gap get retested before price continues to sell off, if that's what's going to happen. That's just my thought. Now, could we dump a little and then go up? Could we dump down and take out this low and then go up? Of course, anything can happen. I need to see more price. But in my opinion, price reacting and having this big of a sell-off, and then there's the ETF news. We haven't gotten it yet. They delayed the Grayscale announcement that could have came out, I think, last Monday or Friday or whatever, and they're delaying it again. To me, Bitcoin has had all the bullish headwinds in the world and isn't going up, right? And the stock market is starting to look kind of heavy, right? So to me, there's a little bit of concern about how strong this market is. So I'm going to trade this two ways. One way is purely technical. So the purely technical way is I'm going to wait for a setup to form here. My bias is for some sort of move up into this area. So if I get a long setup here, I will absolutely take it. But it is purely a technical trade, and the charts, will dictate what I do. If we come up here and we remain strong, guess what? My next target would be longing into the range high and ultimately to that sell side or buy side liquidity, at 32K that we never took on that high way over there. So this would be the purely technical plan. I'll look for a trade into here, basically just ranges, right? From here to here. And if it clears this from here to here, that's what I'm looking at from a purely technical perspective. Overall, I feel like the market is not as strong as it should be. And I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if we trade back down into the low 20,000s. Not at all. I'm much more interested in buying spot Bitcoin, and this is the second way I'm going to trade it. So one, it's just the charts, okay? The second way I'm looking to trade this is kind of more of a narrative-driven way and a spot positioning plan. And that's very simple. I would like to buy spot lower than here. Closer to 20K, even sub 20K. I'd be interested in buying spot Bitcoin and Ethereum again, okay? Or bullish ETF news. If we get news that the ETF is approved for Grayscale and price starts pumping, I'm going to be starting to pile in spot as soon as I can. But until then, I'm not really interested in adding to my spot bag here because I think there's still a very strong chance that maybe we get some sort of mean reversion and then we just sell off again. And if that happens, I don't want to be buying spot here only to fucking get nuked later. So the way that I would buy spot is if we come down and we put in some bullish PA, maybe down in this area closer to 20, maintaining this low, and then this kind of becomes our higher low. That's more interesting to me. Or if we get some sort of ETF narrative and we just get some big green candle, I'm looking to start piling in on a spot on any sort of pullbacks on bullish ETF news. Otherwise, purely technical, gonna wait and see what the chart tells me. But based on the structure we have right now, I think the simplest thing to do is you have here to here as your range and you have here to here. Right? So any sort of bounce, I'm expecting it to fail unless it reclaims the mid-range. So if we come up here, get above, but then back below, guess what? I'm looking to short back into the range low and probably lower. But if we get above here and we hold, right, well, then I think we'll probably go to 32K. So I would like to try and get a long down here, see how it reacts at the mid-range, probably take some profit, but if it remains strong, maybe add back to that position and target a move to 32. Because we've taken out a major area of sell-side liquidity, and now we have buy-side liquidity above us. So we've taken out the high. Now we took out the low. Potentially take out the high again, right? We never took out never took out this high over here, right? So we have kind of this high and this high that could be taken out based on this major run of the lows. Like if you look at the weekly, right? This is a big run on the lows, just like this was. Major run on the lows, launched. Big pullback, pushed up, ran the lows, could launch. So I am, from a technical perspective, I'm looking for a long. What does that look like? Well, we had a 12-hour SFP here, right? Go down to the hourly. We could see a breakdown from here. Right? We could see a push down from here, but we need to see a bearish market structure shift. So we need to see a close below this low, ideally, I think, here. But we took out this 12-hour high. The other level I have marked here is this 12-hour low. So a long idea for me would be very simple. From here, we sell off, we run out this low, okay, then reclaim, that's my long. So SFP this low, get back in, that's my long. Otherwise, if we flip this level and we start putting in bullish PA here, then by all means, I might try and get in a long for that mean reversion play towards 27.5 and up to 28. Okay, so that's a very detailed top-down analysis plan from both a technical structure and like kind of my narrative spot plan. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Let me know in the chat if that's not clear, but hopefully that's crystal clear and easy to understand. Ugh. Thoughts on ICT saying Bitcoin will not reach 100K ever? I don't really care. ICT also famously tweeted that Bitcoin was going to $100 when we were at 3K, and that was the literal low. I love ICT. I learned a ton from him, but I'm not taking crypto advice from him. I make my decisions based on my own charts. All right. Looks like everyone has a good understanding of the Bitcoin plan. So that's the market I have the best read on. Ethereum to me looks a little bit worse. We didn't push nearly as high on this second thrust, but we've got a very similar setup on Ethereum, right? We've got the breaker here. We've got the big SFP here. I don't know if June's range is as clean on Ethereum. Yeah, it is. There's June's range, right? So we've got the breaker, the SFP, we've got the huge wick down, June's range, but it's a very similar setup, right? After this big sell-off, my expectation is filling in some of this fair value gap, maybe up to this midpoint. if we reclaim the midpoint and we hold strong, I think we could trade to 2,200. So that's it. Again, from here to here, from here to here. Simple, simple, simple. Okay. And again, if we have some sort of huge dump and the markets want to roll over and things want to get way uglier, I want to buy Bitcoin. I want to buy Ethereum closer to 1,200 and Bitcoin closer to 20K. Right. So simple, simple, simple there for Bitcoin and Ethereum. The dollar, I nailed this. I still think that this trades higher. Like I still think we trade at least to 104.75 up to 105. I don't know if we take out this high, but I'm pretty sure we take out this one based on the monthly chart here. Right. So we have this monthly fair value gap, put in a huge sweep right in it, massive push up. Everyone was bearish on the dollar except your boy. Right now we're consolidating, right? Consolidating. We've taken out some highs here. So I'm just chilling. I don't really have a bias for today on the dollar. Put in a weekly SFP. 12 hour just looks like it's consolidating. It could go either way from here. I don't have a strong bias. So when I don't have a strong bias, I just simply wait and I let price tell me something. So what does it take for me to have a strong bias? I want to see, really what I want to see is displacement, right? How is my bias strong that we were going to go up from here? Look at what happened, right? The moves up left huge fair value gaps. That tells me that this trend is strong. See, fair value gaps on the up moves. That to me is a sign of a strong trend and a sign of a reversal and a willingness to continue in that direction. Right now, we're just kind of, small range, no real clear push either way. So I would just simply wait and see what happens and get a little bit more data, a little bit more price action before I decide. Took the L here. Yes, this was another L I took. There you go. But if you guys remember, I shorted the fucking top on this. I closed a little early. It sold off way harder, but it is what it is. So looking at this now on the monthly, okay, let's delete all of this. We've got a big fucking sell-off after running that high, right? And now what have we done? We've run a low. If you go down to the daily here, to me, my gut, and this lines up with, I think, Bitcoin having some sort of mean reversion, is we probably trade at least up into here. So that's another 30 to 40 points higher than here based on this SFP. I don't really have a setup here right now to get involved. There was a nice H1 breaker play that's in motion here. But to me, I think equities probably at least trades back up towards, 44,400 or 44.40, 44.50 on the S&P here. So that's kind of my bias. But no trade ideas here for me right now. I'm just watching. I'm an observer. All right. So that's very detailed plans, I think, for the primary kind of markets, Bitcoin, Ethereum, the dollar, and equities. So let's get into the shit coins. I'm going to start with the suggestions of people in my Friend.Techs, because these are the people who clearly love me because they've bought my stock. So we're going to start with the suggestions of people in Friend.Tech, because I'm absolutely disgusted with my market price. I feel like I should be much more higher priced. Like some of these people aren't even posting and their prices are higher than mine. It's unbelievable, really. And if I could upload pictures, I'd be sending you guys so many neck pictures. You have no idea. Okay, so everyone wants to see fucking ticker Bitcoin, you sons of bitches. You guys really just want me to hurt, don't you? Why can't I type it in like that? Maybe if I do the dollar sign. No, they're going to make me type it out. Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah, so ticker Bitcoin made another new all-time high, I guess. Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic, 10 Inu. The 12-hour chart is just in a big range right now. So we ran the low. We're pushing towards the high. I don't really have a clear read on this right now based on the 12-hour chart. The H4 chart, on the other hand, I would be viewing this as support. So based on the H4 chart here, this seems to be support. And if Bitcoin is able to push up, I would like to see us push up from this support level and then make a new all-time high. Otherwise, if Bitcoin's going to pull back, the next area that I'd be looking to long this thing would be a run of the lows here of this larger range. And it would be, something like it sells off to here, sweeps the lows, and then that would be the long trigger. So those would be the two ideas I have for everyone's favorite coin, Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10, Inu. But yeah, still kicking myself for not owning this from fucking ages ago. So just make sure that is the correct chart. Does this one look a little better? Basically the same. Yeah, remember this? How down bad are we right now? Down horrendously bad, 140x. Okay, next token from my Friend.Tech stock chat that only real main fans have access to. You fucking sons of bitches. It's probably illegal for me to be fucking telling you guys to buy my own stock. This is not financial advice, and I'm not actually a stock. I'm a human. It's like that episode of Community where Subway buys like a person. Let's look at Rollbit. So I know Rollbit announced some new fucking partnership, or not partnership. They announced some new fucking thing, new feature. And they're also burning. They're doing like a crazy like revenue burn, which is inherently, bullish. Just like on SDEX, when you're burning the token, right, it's inherently bullish, or in theory. Now, my view on Rollbit is very simple. It's a gambling platform that is starting to masquerade as a more serious crypto product, right? Like it's effectively a clone of stake.com, Roobet, all the other fucking ones, right? Gamdom, they're all the exact same. They offer basically all the same games outside of, a few originals like Rollbit has Roller Coaster and shit like that. So my thoughts with Rollbit are, okay, it's a casino, right? It's negative EV to use a casino for anything. Like you don't go into the casino in Vegas and expect to make money. If you do, you're an idiot. You go in there to have fun. And if you make money, it's a fucking bonus, right? Because it is stacked against you. There's a house edge. Rollbit is no different. Now, what they are trying to do, and I've been talking about this for a while, and it seems to be like they're heading more that direction, is I think they're trying to become more of a competitor to centralized exchanges. How are they doing that? They have a token, right? That token grants you incentives on the platform, right? Better trading fees, rollback on, your gambling, shit like that. They've got the crypto futures products, right? Now, how the crypto futures products work on Rollbit, right, which most people don't really understand, is it's effectively a B book. So a B book means that the order is not being routed to like an actual liquidity provider. Rollbit is not sending that order to Coinbase or to Binance or to whatever and routing that order. They're effectively saying, here's the price of Bitcoin. However they come up with that synthetic number, I don't know. Maybe it's an aggregate of a bunch of different exchanges. Here's the price to buy and sell. And they're effectively the counterparty. But they're making so much money from, one, the casino, and two, people sucking at trading, that they can pay out, when someone wins big. And they have a quite aggressive fee structure on winners. So when you lose, you take 100% of the loss. When you win, you eat a dick. So, for example, like if you can go on their thing and go on the ROI calculator, and it's like, okay, if I'm betting $5,000 at 100x, right? If price moves down 1%, I'm liquidated. But if price moves up 1%, you're not up $1,000. You're up 600 because they're taking a fat fee. Now they've changed it so the Rollbit token, RLB, gives you a discount on those fees. And they also offer like a flat fee option as well. There are advantages to the platform. It's really good, in my opinion, for scalping because there's no slippage. It's very easy to get in and out of trades. That normally, if you were trying to scalp some of these alts on Bybit or Binance or Prime or whatever, you get eaten alive with fees and slippage. So there's advantages to that. But keep in mind, it's effectively a bucket shop. It's a B-book. It's not, real liquidity. There's no order book that you can see and things like that. So you got to keep all of that in mind. But they are iterating and creating new shit, which I think is inherently good for the token. I do think they're trying to legitimize themselves more and more and become more of a crypto company, maybe compete more with the centralized exchanges as opposed to just being a casino. To me, the gamble on Rollbit is very simple. I think that they either become one of the largest players in the space in this next bull run. They're already huge. They're doing insane revenue numbers, but they become a serious competitor to some of the tier one exchanges. Maybe they become and offer a full-on centralized exchange at some point. I don't know. This is all speculation. But they seem like, and their messaging is like, hey, we want to be the only website you need to do your shitcoining, your gambling, your trading. They want to be the place. So that either goes amazingly well for them and they make a ton of money and become huge. And I regret massively not taking a deal with them and working with them because they become giga huge and everyone who works with them gets giga wealthy, or they get shut down by the DOJ or something. To me, that's the risk reward. Rather than doing analysis on the chart, to me, this coin is either going to go up a ton or the company and everything is going to get shut down and then the token goes to zero. So that's kind of the calculus. I own Rollbit. I've invested in it. I got a pretty big position in here before this run up. Again, I fumbled the bag because I was charting it when it was a penny and I didn't buy any, but I bought a bunch at 8 to 10 cents. So I'm up okay on some of those buys and I would like to buy more, if it continues to be bullish. But that's how I'm doing the mental math for whether or not I think this token can go way higher. It's simply this either goes to $1 plus and who knows how high in a bull run because they become a huge player, or it gets completely shut down. So that's kind of my risk reward. It's this thing's either going to go way up or it's going to fucking zero, right? So looking at the chart, rant aside, H12 sweep, okay? And we have an H12 breaker right here. Now, we are failing to break through the high right now. We've just swept that high. So who knows? If Bitcoin goes down, maybe this thing pulls back deeper into here. But if we can get a 12-hour market structure break above that red line and then a pullback into here, I would look to get long because I think this probably then goes and creates at least a new all-time high. So that would be my plan for Rollbit. 12-hour market structure break above 16 cents, essentially, whatever this high is. 16 cents, 16.01. Pull back to the gray. Look for a long, either just buy it in the gray box, stop here, or go down to the hourly and try and find a low time frame entry, target new all-time high. So if you were just to take this trade off the 12-hour alone, right, the risk reward is not bad, right? Depending on where your entry is, around 3R to all-time high. That's kind of what I would see, but need to see the bullish market structure break first. All right, let's go to the chat here. I won't completely ignore you guys. But, my Friend.Tech homies, those are the real homies, man. Those are the real fucking homies. Like, the fact that I'm not at 1 Ethereum is disgusting to me. In fact, what I will say now is when I get to 1 Ethereum, I will give away 1 Ethereum to someone who holds my keys. All right. Jesus, chat going crazy. Let's get 100 likes here on YouTube, fellas. Come on now. Morning from Tokyo. What up, G? What up, Matt? How you doing, bro? Phil, the Flying Frenchman. I think OP is at an OB or breaker for shorting. What do you think, man? Well, I thought we were going to run up to there and then sell off below those lows, and we just sold off to those lows. So, yeah, no dice there. But what I would look at now is we have our fresh H12 range here. And, yeah, we are indeed at a area of potential resistance here. For sure. I don't know if I would just short this, but this is resistance. Because if it gets above here, right? Like if it gets above here, this becomes a breaker. So then that's bullish. So until it gets above here, you assume that it will reject. Okay. Buddy. All right. I'm telling you that man is not real. I'm tan and I only went out 3 times this summer, bro. Why are you flexing on me like that? My pasty complexion, bro. It's not very nice. Already the name has changed from shares to keys. It's not a security. Sam gets it. It is not a security. You just got the keys. Suzu Cox. Yeah, Suzu is a cock. I don't know why anyone would want to buy his fucking token. Like, fuck that guy. Guys, him and Kyle are like tweeting out being like, oh, like they're starting this new exchange. It's like, dude, fuck you guys. People lost billions of dollars of cumulative value, largely in part to these fucking assholes. And they're going to weasel their way back in. And by the time the next bull run runs around, everyone's going to forget what they fucking did. It's how it always works. Give your boy Maine some billions. I promise I won't fuck it up so hard. Here for entertainment and free TA. You betcha, Rick. That's all I got. It's all I got to offer. Midstream ads. I don't know what that means. Where can you buy Rollbit if you're in the States? I don't know. Smardex? Maybe? Smardex, perhaps? Just look up the contract code on CoinGecko. This guy says, Maine, I brought you Bitcoin on that fateful day. I'm here to bring you my next ticker, SPX WETH SPX 6900. Hopefully you find this through the spam. Ebola Croche says maybe, or Eblo Croche says maybe mind telling me in a few words how to buy coins on Uniswap. Well, step number 1, use SmartX. Don't use Uniswap. But you need to connect a wallet like MetaMask. You need to have Ethereum on that wallet to pay for the token and for gas. And then you just hit swap, right? So you find make sure you have the right token address. So go on like CoinGecko or something like that. Get the address of the token you want. Punch that in. It will tell you the price and how much you can buy. And bang, you're now fucking on-chain aping. Hey, man, how the fuck do you trade derivatives in Canada? Ontario to ban every legit exchange of sideline like a total bitch. It sucks. It's the same way here in BC, bro. Think about ways that you can get around geo-blocking without me giving you the fucking answer, right? What do you think you can do to pretend like maybe you aren't in Ontario? You think about it. Or do on-chain. Use something like Unibot X. Use things like SmartX, GMX, right? Things like that. There's lots of like Unibot X is going to be huge in my opinion because it's basically going to create a centralized exchange like dashboard where you have limit orders, stops, take profits, all that shit, but it's all decentralized. Um, okay, let's look at this stupid fucking coin. SPX WETH. If this is the same guy who brought us Harry Potter song, see, bro, how are you going to tell me that I should buy this? It can't even calculate how much it's fucking up. Like, I can't even tell. It's up like 4,000%. Just in the last 12 hours, it's up fucking 30%. So here's what's cool about this. Okay. Again, no idea what this coin does, no fucking clue. And if it goes up after I analyze it, just realize I probably didn't buy it because I'm friggin' retarded. Sorry, just texting my very real girlfriend. You guys like that pic of me on the boat? Showing off the fucking quads? Quad fucking Zilla over here? Hot girlfriend, massive quads, and my Friend.Tech is at 0.4? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I guarantee everyone whose Friend.Tech is higher than mine, with the exception of Crypto Cred, I can probably squat more than. Because Cred is jacked. Okay, but I might be able to squat more than him because he's in lift heavy. He does more hypertrophy. But I'm confident that most of the people whose Friend.Tech's higher than mine, I can out bench, out squat, out deadlift all of them. Quadzilla. With the hot blonde girlfriend. And you're telling me 0.4? Okay, so anyways, here's what's interesting about a coin like this. Look at this thing on the H4. Every single pullback basically has respected the H4 order block. Okay, so down move, right? Before the next move up. Bang. Okay, down move for the next move up. Bang. Down move before the next move up. Just shy on that one. Right? Sorry, one sec here, guys. All right. Order block, pump. Order block, pump. It's literally retested this order block right here. It's pushing up again. So what I would wait for on something like this, right? Because I can't buy it now, right? I can't buy it now. And I know this box is huge. Don't worry. You can refine it later, right? But I would literally wait for price to make a new high, right? I'd wait for it to make a new high, and then I'd set bids at that demand zone for the next leg up. That's how I would trade something like this, because it seems to just be staircasing its way up, and that's what I would be interested in, how I would play it. So we'll see how that ends up playing out, if that ends up being accurate or not. Um, Sorry, guys. Okay, so that's how I would play this. This guy says the tech on SPX is amazing. Somehow I doubt that. Buddy, what if you guys you ever use these? These are fucking nice. They don't sell them in Canada. Hey man, how the fuck do you blah blah blah? So you trust 5-6 figs on an exchange with Fufu ID location? That's what has me shook. Listen, you have to do the risk reward, right? I got fucking destroyed by FTX. Like 40% of my net worth, like poof, gone. My crypto net worth, not my in real life net worth, but still a lot of fucking money. So I don't keep nearly as much money on exchange as I used to. What I've been doing is I've been keeping a lot less money on exchange. I trade it up, withdraw back to the baseline. Trade it up, withdraw back to the baseline. That's what I've been doing. But yeah, there's a risk to not having, like FTX, I had my real ID, full KYC, and I still lost the money, right? So that is part of the risk calculation you have to do. And one of the reasons to use leverage is to reduce counterparty risk. So if you put 10K on an exchange using 10X leverage, you can trade as if you had 100K there, right? That's the point of leverage. It's not so you can just fucking ape into positions you can't afford, right? But yeah, there's fucking risk in not owning the crypto. Like if you are not holding it in your wallet, it is not fully yours. So if you want to use a centralized exchange, there's some on-chain things I mentioned. You can use things like SDEX, UniBotX, do on-chain trading, GMX, things like that. Or you take the risk of, using a shadier exchange, maybe no KYC, maybe fake KYC. I don't know what you would be doing, and I'm not suggesting you do that. But there's a risk in that, right? Bro, but these guys, the fucking little Sidney Crosbys, the little Zinedine Zidanes, these are nice. Okay? A little white Zinfandel, you know what I mean? I'm gonna pack one in. A little upper decker, a little upper lip cushion, a little top decky lip pillow. You know? A little upper decky, a little Zimbabwe's. I like that one. Nicotine's actually really good for your brain. It's a nootropic, so fuck you. Okay. Can we look at? I'm going one more from the Friend.Tech, and then I'll take suggestions from you guys. This guy wants Unibot and DMT. No, yeah. Unibot and DMT. So we'll look at Unibot. I am a Unibot bull. So we're coming into some demand here. Maybe this dips a little bit lower. Maybe. Right? But to me, actually, I like this right here. So I'll draw this. I'll do one of these. Okay, so I want to see Unibot turn this down move into a breaker. So right now, this candle is a bearish order block. Okay, and price you can see is rejecting, and it could make a new low, right? And then we'll have a new bearish order block. But if it is able to flip this, meaning price closes above, then this becomes a bullish breaker. And if that happens, that's a long I'd be interested in taking. So the long idea would be for us to break above here and then put in some bullish price action. And then that's how I would want to get involved, targeting here, and then probably a new all-time high. And again, this is a project I really like. They're doing a lot of cool stuff. Unibot X, I think, is going to be quite revolutionary in terms of creating a centralized exchange trading experience, but on chain. So that's pretty cool. But, this thing has rallied hard, so you got to keep that in mind. But this is the long scenario, right? Because if it rejects from here, it's going to make a new low. We probably go and take out this low and then maybe down into here, right? So that would be if things get ugly, right? If things get ugly, I think we trade down here, right? So if this fails, I would look for it to move down to there. So long if it can flip above. If it fails, I would think it trades down towards 120 again. Maine, you're vibing so hard, living the life most of us dream of, with millions in the bank, allowing degeneracy to flow freely. Godspeed, enjoy, brother. Wish you all the best. Thank you, bro. That's a very nice message. Remember, man, I've been doing this for 10 years. Literally. I bought my first crypto in 2013, and I lost money and put more money in and lost that money for the first 5 of those years. I didn't really start doing well until like 2017, 2018. So it's not like it happened overnight. I've been grinding. If you go on my YouTube, I have YouTube videos going as far back as 2018. I'm approaching 600 YouTube videos. So I appreciate the message, and I am trying my best to enjoy myself. I'm not going to stop grinding. I told you guys this when FTX happened. I told you guys this when we dumped off of all-time high. I said, I'm not leaving. I'm going to be with you guys here through the entire bear market. I wish I had someone like me in the past bear markets helping me, kind of maintain and guide through. But crypto is so transient. People blow up and they leave and never come back. People make a bunch of money and fuck off. But I haven't wanted to leave. I want to keep, showing the love to you guys, kicking it back. But it has not been an overnight success. This has been a fucking grind for a very long time that I'm now starting to reap the rewards of, and I'm very blessed to do so. And there's been a lot of kicks in the nuts on the way. I mean, FTX, like I said, it wiped a major part of my portfolio out, and it really sucked. Metals with Maine, yeah, maybe I should bring those back. Okay. DMT, and I'll take some suggestions from you guys here. Is it this? Pure so. So we're within a range here from this high to this low. Just about to peak above. So if this continues to be bullish, what I would look to do is buy pullbacks into here if the opportunity presents itself. That simple. Did you go to college? Yes, I did. I went to college and post-secondary, like graduate. I have a graduate degree. I'm old. I'm 33. Like, I'm not young for crypto. I'm a boomer for crypto. So I've put in time. I had a bunch of jobs. I started a multi-million-dollar recruitment company, ran that for several years. Matthias says, Maine, what is your squat and deadlift? Right now, I don't know because I'm not training those lifts anymore, at least not for like kind of super heavy weight. But my max squat was like so it's 3 plates plus a 25 on either side. So 375 around there. And that would be for like 2 to 3. I don't know what my 1 rep max is. I never really did 1 rep maxes. But that was at my peak. I also weighed 240 pounds when I did that. And I was squatting low bar, which is a little bit easier than high bar. Deadlift, same thing. I never really did 1 rep maxes. And I'm tall. I'm about almost 6'2". So I squat, or I primarily would deadlift sumo because it was just easier for me. I don't have very long arms and I'm quite tall. But traditional deadlift, I could pull 405, no problem. My max with sumo was like 2 or 3 reps at 475. Do you think we'll ever get an alt cycle like 2021? Of course we will. I mean, we're seeing it all over the place. There's coins going absolutely bonkers every day right now, right? And we'll absolutely have, when Bitcoin is in a bull run, we'll absolutely have other alt cycles. The thing is, and the problem is, right, is everyone says that. Are we going to have another cycle? The problem is they're looking at the coins that went crazy last cycle, expecting them to go crazy again this cycle, when in reality, the coins that really go nuts are the new things, right? What do you think you could turn 10K into in the next bull run with your current knowledge? I have no idea. Would I leverage trade? Would I buy shitcoins? Like, you could punt 10K into a random shitcoin. It could become millions of dollars, or it could go to zero. Or you could leverage trade it. What are you realistically going to do in a bull run? Are you going to do 20x? Well, then why not just buy Ethereum or something like that? But you can definitely 10x. You could 10x 10K by just buying Ethereum cheap. Because if we have another crazy bull run, like, I wouldn't be surprised if Ethereum gets close to 10K. And that's, 7 or 8x from where we are right now. Third ad came through in the middle of the stream. I don't know. I'm not pressing any buttons to do ads, so I don't know. I'll have to look at my settings. What are my plans and goals for the next 5 years? I would like to own a bunch of real estate and have a ton of passive income coming from that real estate. And I just want to be wide. I don't want my wealth to be in a single vertical. I want to be diversified. Traditional markets, crypto, real estate, businesses, things like that. Cash flow is king, especially with the way the economy in the world is going with inflation and things like that. The best thing you can do is have multiple income streams, not just one. Like, yes, you can trade full time, but why not also create a product, have real estate and rental properties, make that money work for you. So it's not just 100% on you trading to make more money. Who manages your priorities? Me. What do you think of L1s such as Sol, AVAX, Near, and eGold? I mean, listen, there's a chance that they go up again, but is Solana going to outperform some new AI token or, new GameFi token or whatever the new narratives are for the next cycle? The thing with Sol is I don't fully know the situation with FTX and their position in Sol. Like, is there a bunch of Sol locked up being ready to be sold? I don't know. But just because a coin did well in the last cycle, it doesn't mean it's going to do well this cycle. It might, But remember, a lot of these tokens said they were going to do all this stuff in the last cycle and delivered on none of it. They all went crazy and delivered nothing. Are people using the Solana blockchain? Are they using the Avalanche ecosystem? Those are the type of things you want to look at. But in general, with altcoins, I like to focus on the new shiny toys as opposed to the old toys. Go look at all the 2017 alts and see how they did versus the 2021 alts, right? Most of them got outperformed. Mean, do you think in the long term to make profits every day on-chain versus normal trading, what do you think is better? I'm not very good at on-chain trading. I know what my strengths are, and it's derivatives on centralized exchanges. Play your strengths, right? If you suck at trading, but you're really good at shitcoining, focus on that. Who manages your properties, not priorities? Also me. Same answer. Okay. I got to go to the gym. It's already 6:30. So let's take 2 more suggestions from the chat. Someone says PAL, P-A-L-L. Again, people asking about alt season. Look at all these fucking coins. This coin's only been around for a few weeks. It's up 5,000%. Talking about an alt season. Not really much on the H12 here. Go down to the H4. Made a new high. Made a low. This looks like it wants to just trade higher right now. So the way I would play this is quite simple. We either come back and run these lows here, right? So we run this low here, then you get long, or if it's able to break above the red line, I think you wait for a pullback into here, right? So if it can close above the red line, I think you wait for a pullback into here because this would become a bullish order block and I'd play the long off that. But this looks bullish. Sin. We'll do Sin. This is the Synapse, right? I used to own a metric fuck ton of this and I sold it all at like $4. Yeah, I don't know, bro. So look at this coin. Then look at this coin. 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 Look at Bitcoin and Ethereum versus this coin. Do you think that there's better coins to trade? Like, this thing is getting crushed by Bitcoin, getting crushed by Ethereum. Sorry. Right? It's getting smoked by Bitcoin, smoked by Ethereum, and the USD chart looks like shit. So like, why? Like literally, I don't know if there's a chart that has more history than this, but it's just making new lows. Yeah, okay, here we go. So like, I don't know, like there's so many coins that look way better than this that you could trade. I wouldn't touch this until it gets above here. No interest until it gets above there. But there's just way better coins to chart. Like, why would you force yourself to trade this when it literally is performing everything, and looks like shit versus the dollar as well? Just seems silly. Okay, we'll look at Rune because a bunch of people have asked. So yeah, like this looks like it's this, like again, this looks so much better, right? It looks like, okay, we've sold off, full retrace of the entire move. We came all the way back down into the monthly demand, right? We've got a monthly low that we took out here and we're back above. Like this looks way better. You know what I mean? Yeah, like, so to me, this looks really good. I don't know if you're going to get a deep retrace on it, but if you do get a deep retrace, I would love to buy it there. I don't know. It might not come that low though, because it's already had a pretty expansive move here. But if it gets a deep retrace, that's where I'd like to buy it. Right in the OTE, confluent with that breaker that took out that monthly low. SZ is short Rune. Well, perfect. I bet you his target is right around $1 to $1.20 if I had to guess. I haven't looked. There'll be more streams with JCap. Don't you worry, brother. All right, guys. So hopefully that was a valuable video. Lots of alpha in there. Some very clear plans for a bunch of altcoins, for Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc. Hopefully you guys find value in these videos. If you do, support the partners, SDEX, by using the platform. Support me a variety of different ways. Follow me on all social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Follow me on YouTube if you're not. Leave comments, like the videos, interact with my tweets and shit. All that stuff really helps and is the best way that you can support me. If you want more of me, more about my system, education, signals, thing like that, that's all in the Haven. Link for that is also in the description of the video. Telegram is free. Discord is free. That information is on my website, tradermain.com. Now I'm going to go hit the gym. Hope you guys have a good